Have you ever felt like your body is gradually getting weaker? Even though you're still eating healthy and exercising every day, you still go for walks, still eat your fruits and vegetables, still try to live a balanced lifestyle, and yet getting up from a chair makes your knees wobble just a bit. Carrying a small grocery bag now tires out your arms faster than before. Each passing day, the simplest tasks feel a little heavier. You start to wonder, is this just a natural part of aging? Or worse, is something silently draining my strength? And I don't even know it. Surprisingly, the problem isn't always about what you're missing. Sometimes it's about what you're still eating and believing it's good for you. Because here's the truth that few people talk about. Some fruits, even those labeled as healthy, can harm your muscles and accelerate physical decline in older adults. Now, that doesn't mean you need to cut fruit out of your diet. But after the age of 60, your body doesn't process sugar, natural acids, and plant compounds the same way it did when you were 30 or 40. Today, we reveal 3 fruits seniors should avoid and 3 fruits that can help restore muscle strength, energy, and independence. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Never eat these 3 fruits. They weaken your muscles and may shorten your life. 1. Bananas. You've probably heard your whole life that bananas are one of the best snacks for your body, rich in potassium, easy to digest, and said to help prevent muscle cramps with their familiar shape, natural sweetness, and convenience. Many older adults still eat a banana after a walk or before bed, thinking it's part of a healthy routine. But as the body begins to age, things that once seemed harmless can quietly become burdens. Bananas, with their naturally high sugar content and ability to spike blood sugar levels quickly, may no longer be as suitable as they once were. After age 60, your body starts to lose sensitivity to insulin. Carbohydrate metabolism slows down, and muscle mass gradually decreases, while inflammation in blood vessels tends to increase. Eating a banana, especially on an empty stomach, can lead to sudden spikes and crashes in blood sugar. This can make seniors feel fatigued, weak in the limbs, dizzy, or off balance shortly after eating. And that's not all. The potassium that's considered a benefit for younger people can become a concern in those with declining heart or kidney function, especially if they're taking diuretics or blood pressure medications. This can lead to mild fluid retention, swelling in the ankles, or a strange heavy or tingly sensation in the legs after even a short walk. These aren't just normal signs of aging. They're your body's quiet warnings that something it once handled well may now be tipping the balance. There's no dramatic pain, no obvious red flags, just a slow, creeping sense of weakness, and you can't figure out why. So the next time you reach for that familiar banana, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this still the right choice for my body today? Because if even a gentle, trusted fruit like the banana can contribute to muscle weakness and vascular strain in older adults, then the next fruits on our list, rich in acids, inflammation triggers, and electrolyte disrupting compounds, could carry even greater risks than you ever imagined. 2. Pineapple. Pineapple. That sweet, refreshing, fragrant fruit has long been a part of family gatherings, tropical vacations, and colorful afternoon snacks with the grandkids. With its bright golden color and pleasant taste, pineapple often feels like a symbol of freshness and good health. But what many older adults don't realize is that after the age of 60, as the body's metabolism slows down, old favorites like pineapple can quietly begin to do more harm than good. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme often praised for its anti-inflammatory properties. However, in seniors, especially those with sensitive digestion or those taking blood thinners, bromelain can irritate the stomach lining and subtly increase the risk of internal bleeding. And often without any obvious warning signs, and it doesn't stop there. Pineapple is also relatively high in natural acids and sugars. While a younger body can process these efficiently, aging organs like the liver and kidneys, along with joints and connective tissues, often can't keep up as well. Excess acid tends to linger, contributing to low-grade inflammation in muscles and joints. For those already dealing with arthritis, joint degeneration, or gout, even a small daily serving of pineapple can worsen symptoms, triggering pain, stiffness, and reduced mobility. Many of my patients don't understand why their legs feel heavier, why their knees ache more when the weather shifts, or why they feel unusually tired after light activity. And the culprit isn't simply aging, but everyday foods that seem harmless on the surface. And because pineapple is light, tasty, and cooling, it's easy to overeat, leading to gradual, accumulating damage. With its high acidity and its tendency to spike blood sugar, pineapple can disrupt homeostasis, worsen insulin resistance, and quietly contribute to chronic inflammation, especially when consumed regularly. One day, when standing up from a chair becomes difficult or your joints feel too stiff to get out of bed in the morning. The real cause may trace back to those seemingly innocent slices of pineapple. And sometimes the most vibrant ones are the most deceiving. Now, let's move on to the next fruit. 3. Grapes. Grapes are often seen as a harmless fruit, even considered a healthy snack. With their bright colors, pleasant taste, and convenience, many older adults enjoy a few grapes after dinner as a lighter, more natural dessert. But what few people realize is that this very lightness makes grapes easy to overconsume, and over time, they can quietly place extra stress on a body that's no longer as resilient as it once was. The main issue lies in fructose, a natural fruit sugar found in grapes at relatively high levels. In moderation, the liver can process this sugar without much trouble. But as we age, our ability to metabolize fructose slows down, and because grapes are so easy to snack on, often eaten by the handful, the amount of fructose taken in can quickly exceed what the liver can handle. When that happens, the excess fructose is converted by the liver into visceral fat and uric acid, which, when combined, are linked to serious health problems. Uric acid buildup is a known trigger for gout, but it also causes low-level inflammation in joints, like the knees, ankles, and toes. You might feel this as slight morning stiffness, numbness in the lower legs, or a sluggish, heavy feeling when moving around. What's more, the sugar content in grapes can lead to sudden spikes in blood sugar, triggering chronic low-grade inflammation that weakens your blood vessels. For those already dealing with arthritis, diabetes, poor circulation, or muscle weakness, this silent inflammation can slowly erode muscle strength, slow reflexes, and make recovery after exercise noticeably harder. So the next time you reach for that extra handful of grapes in the evening, ask yourself, am I nourishing my body or quietly wearing it down? Not all fruits are suited for an aging body. Because if these tiny fruits can hide so much damage behind their sweetness, it's time to discover the fruits that do the opposite. The ones that quietly rebuild your strength, protect your muscles, and restore the vitality you thought was gone for good. In the next section, we'll explore 3 lesser-known fruits that could be the hidden key to helping your body feel stronger and more stable each day. 1. Blueberries. Not all fruits are enemies to an aging body. Some, though small and unassuming, can be quiet allies, helping restore strength and nourish a body that's been worn down over the years. And among the many options out there, blueberries stand out as one of the most reliable choices for older adults looking to regain energy, flexibility, and confidence in daily movement. At first glance, blueberries may not seem impressive. They're tiny, dark, and not particularly eye-catching, but under that skin is a powerful compound called anthocyanin, a natural antioxidant that helps fight free radicals. The main culprits behind muscle weakening and poor circulation: if you often feel tired, your steps feel heavier, or you take longer to recover after moving around, the cause isn't always just aging. It's often the result of long-term oxidative stress. Blueberries help right at this root gently, consistently, and without side effects. Blueberries also play a key role in improving peripheral circulation, which is especially important as we age. When the small blood vessels in your arms and legs become weaker, your body struggles to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. This leads to slower recovery, muscle fatigue, and stiffness. Studies show that regular blueberry intake may improve blood vessel flexibility, reduce inflammation in muscle tissue, and boost blood flow to the limbs. As a result, you may feel more refreshed after walking, experience less heaviness in your legs, and recover faster from daily activities. Most importantly, blueberries support your independence. When your muscles bounce back faster, you get up from a chair more easily, walk more steadily, and move with greater confidence. Simple actions like reaching for something on a high shelf or turning to step down a stair are subtle signs that your body is still capable. Blueberries won't give instant results, but over days and weeks, you may notice real change. Mornings feel easier, your steps feel lighter, and your mood gradually lifts. If, in the past, you unknowingly harmed your body with the wrong food choices, you can start fresh now. Just with something as simple as adding a handful of blueberries to your daily meals, fresh or frozen, both work. And if you think blueberries are the only helpful fruit, wait until you meet the next one. Let's explore it next. 2. Kiwi. Sometimes the most powerful things come in the most humble forms. Take kiwi, for example. With its fuzzy brown skin and bright green flesh, it doesn't usually top the list of superfoods. But for those in middle age and beyond, this small fruit offers something rare, quiet, steady renewal for a body that has spent years dealing with fatigue, wear and tear, and slow recovery. As we age, the body doesn't just need more fuel, it needs healing. Once strong muscles get tired more easily, take longer to bounce back, the digestive system becomes more sensitive. Energy isn't as steady as it used to be. This is where kiwi becomes the ideal companion. First of all, kiwi is packed with vitamin C, even 2 to 3 times more than oranges. Yet it's gentler on the stomach, with less acidity. Vitamin C isn't just an immune booster. It's essential for collagen production. And collagen is the foundation that keeps your skin, muscles, tendons, ligaments, and even the padding around your joints strong and stable. Kiwi also contains actinidin, a natural enzyme that supports protein digestion. This is especially important for older adults, whose digestive systems may not absorb nutrients as well as before, even if you're eating enough protein. If your body can't digest it fully, your muscles may still be starving. Kiwi helps ensure that the nutrients actually reach your muscle tissue. But that's not all. Kiwi is low in sugar, yet it provides steady energy without the sudden spikes and crashes that other fruits can cause. This helps you feel more alert, stay active longer, and avoid post-meal fatigue. So next time you're at the fruit counter, take a second look at that little kiwi. It might just be the simple choice that leads to lasting change in your health. And if kiwi is already a perfect internal repair fruit, then the next one is even more special, soft, creamy, and rich in nutrients, with the power to protect your muscles from deep within your cells. Stay with me. You won't want to miss this. 3. Avocado. Among all the fruits we see on the table each day, avocado might be the most misunderstood and also one of the most powerful. It's not sweet. It's not brightly colored. And it rarely shows up in typical desserts. But if you're over 60 and looking to regain strength, stability, and the energy you once had, the avocado may quietly be your strongest, most loyal ally. What makes avocado different is that it doesn't just feed the body, it repairs it. While many fruits provide quick sugars that cause blood sugar to spike and crash, avocado is full of healthy fats, a steady, long-lasting source of energy that helps your muscles stay active throughout the day. This is especially important for older adults. Aging muscles don't just need nutrients, they need cushioning, protection from silent inflammation, and support against slow weakening. The monounsaturated fats in avocados do more than fuel your body. They naturally reduce inflammation, helping ease the joint stiffness and muscle aches that often come with age. But the benefits don't stop there. Inside this humble fruit are 2 key minerals that many seniors lack: magnesium and potassium. Magnesium plays a central role in muscle movement. Without enough of it, you're more likely to get cramps, fatigue, or feel worn out quickly. Potassium helps balance fluids, supports steady heartbeats, and reduces swelling in the legs. Yet perhaps the most valuable gift avocado gives is its power to steady your blood sugar. By keeping sugar levels stable, it protects your blood vessels, shields your muscles from damage, and helps prevent that post-meal crash. With avocado, your body feels more balanced, more in control, hour by hour. And the best part, avocado is incredibly easy to add to your meals. Spread it on toast, blend it into smoothies, or simply eat it with a dash of olive oil and sea salt. However you enjoy it. It's satisfying, without spiking your sugar, adding unwanted weight, or straining your joints. Then one day, you may notice something quietly changing. That dull ache you feel in the late afternoon, gone. Recovery time. After a walk or chore shorter, standing up from a chair no longer requires a deep breath and effort. And for many older adults, that's what brings life back into focus. A feeling of strength, stability, and renewed hope. So remember this, sometimes recovery doesn't come from medicine. It comes from something simple and honest, like a spoonful of avocado each day. And now that you know which fruits help restore muscle and protect your legs, let's take a step further. Maintaining strength isn't just about what you eat. It's also about the small daily habits that can quietly wear down your health if you're not paying attention. What's coming next may surprise you. And perhaps it will be the silent turning point in your life. A new chapter, stronger and wiser. If you've made it this far, it speaks volumes about something truly valuable. You haven't given up, not on your body, not on your inner strength, and certainly not on the future. You still deserve, somewhere inside you, there's still a quiet yet persistent voice saying, I can still live healthily, I can still feel light, independent, and full of life. And believe me, as long as that voice is alive, change is still possible. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It doesn't mean accepting pain, stiffness, or fatigue as something inevitable. It simply means your body needs a different kind of care. Not less, but more refined. Not extreme restrictions, but smarter choices. Not clinging to old habits, but having the courage to step into a new lifestyle. There's nothing shameful about believing fruit is healthy your whole life. Only to now realize that some may no longer be right for you. On the contrary, that realization is a sign of wisdom and self-awareness. You're not the same person you were at 40 or even 60. Your body is writing a new chapter and quietly asking you to listen. Every choice you make today, no matter how small, is silently laying the foundation for the life you'll have tomorrow. Every bite of fruit you choose either helps you recover or quietly pulls you down. You deserve to walk with confidence. You deserve to climb stairs without fear. You deserve to wake up clear-headed, feel no aches in the afternoon, and enjoy days filled with movement, joy, and ease. You deserve freedom, not just in spirit, but in your legs, your back, your hands, your heartbeat, and every breath you take. And it all starts not with some drastic overhaul, but with small, meaningful choices. A handful of blueberries instead of a sugary snack. A kiwi instead of a glass of inflammation-triggering orange juice. A few slices of avocado instead of a high-sugar ripe banana. This isn't a sacrifice. This is a gift you give to yourself. A way of telling your body, I still care. I still want to live well. I still value my freedom. Don't let this just be an article you read and forget. Let it be a gentle awakening, a touch of awareness, Your legs don't just carry your body. They carry your independence, your memories, and your ability to move closer to the ones you love. And your strength, physical, mental, emotional, has never disappeared. It's simply waiting to be reawakened. So choose what's best for you, walk with intention, eat with mindfulness, and above all, never let your age convince you that your best days are behind you. Because the truth is, your next chapter could very well be your strongest, and it begins today with every loving choice you make for yourself. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to living life on your own terms.